YouTube link that we are going live. So for your reference, you can use this YouTube link. Okay, now we can start.
We can start, ma'am?
Yes. So good evening, everyone. My name is Dr.
Yeah.
My name is Dr. Pooja Asnikar. I am the Principal and Academic Director for Amore Learning School. I am here today to introduce ma'am. So I'm very glad that ma'am is here over here. She is Elizabeth Thomas, and she is the student of University of Delhi, completed her bachelor's in science, master's in psychology, and post graduation diploma in counseling and behavior. She's already been a skill trainer and a life coach for multiple schools and organizations. She's a lifelong learner, and she likes to take challenges and work closely with the students. So we are very glad and lucky to have ma'am over here, and I'll request ma'am to take over from here.
Thank you so much, Pooja, for that kind words. Yes, as you told, I am a lifelong learner, and I will never stop learning, because when you are in an era like artificial intelligence or digital intelligence, you have to make sure that you are at par with the students with you are working. And above all, I think as a parent, it has really taught me so many things. So today, when I take this session, I would be more of a counselor and more of a parent also, because whatever strategies I'm going to share with you, that have been trusted and tried by me personally also, because I am also a parent to three very neurodivergent kids, the senior one studying in grade 10 and the younger ones moving on to the grade 4, and all of them having different learning strategies and learning abilities. So this is a very, very core to my heart, this topic that I'm taking up. So when ma'am told me so many things, so I told you, why not to take up this topic? And I think this is going to be a very practical journey for all the parents who have joined us today. And as a parent, I think when we are enable ourselves, we know how to tackle a digital environment ourselves, the learning environment automatically will become very conducive, and you can see that growth in your child. But the thing is that as a parent, we have to be ready with having certain positive digital learning environment at our home. And believe me, it is practically very much possible. It's not something which we can't do it. It's very practically possible. Maybe it's not a very quick instant mix that I will be giving you, but yes, I would be giving you certain strategies which you can start following, maybe from today, maybe after you finish off with this session, you can certainly start studying with that. So the first thing is why we should have a positive environment at home when we have a child who is studying online. It's very important. The home environment is the most crucial thing whenever we talk of any online learning, whether it's a primary class, middle school, or when we talk of senior schools. All these classes or all these stages of learning, it requires focus. So when we are in the comfort of our home, the positive environment around me will give me focus to what is happening in the class. It will develop a curiosity in me, because I'm very confident. I'm in a very, very protected shell of mind. So my curiosity will also become very naturally, it would be evolving out. I'm curious about like what is happening, what is not happening, why this is happening. And very true, when I have a conducive environment at home, and I will come up with successes in my life. So when children feel supported, they thrive in the learning journey. And with the use of this technology, I think this can be a boon to every type of learner. A child maybe who is very intelligent, a child who is below average, a child who is struggling for some strategies. I think this online learning or a positive digital environment at home can boost his or her confidence level. Maybe that can't be found in a normal classroom setting, because I go to a school where you have a normal classroom setting, and there we see that there are many students who are struggling with certain things. But when we come to the comfort of our home, and when I know that there's someone to support me at home, so definitely I would be coming up with more successes in my life. and and children will and children will definitely be feeling more supported and more
I
opening up
request
would be
everyone
there.
to please mute
Now,
your.
can you please mute yourself, someone who is
Everyone,
there?
please mute yourself.
So, in
Sorry.
order to encourage focus, curiosity, and success, it's our duty as a parent to give them certain positive environment. Now, when we talk of digital thing, now when we talk of digital learning in It can have some positive effort, and it can be having some negative efforts also. Like every coin, it has two sides. It is a positive side and it's a negative side. When we look onto the positive sides of online learning or digital learning, it opens up vast educational resources to me. I have global exposure. Like if I'm not understanding a topic, I can definitely get back to it with so many other resources. Maybe I am struggling, I am at a grade where I am not understanding certain concepts. I need not be very anxious to ask a teacher. I can have so many resources around me. Yes, I can personalize my learning. My learning can become a little bit more personalized. Like today I want to do some more practice of a sum, I can personalize it myself. I can develop certain skills in my online sessions, definitely, because when I am not facing anyone directly, maybe I am more confident. I have seen children when I was teaching during the COVID times, the children who never used to interact in the classroom, in a physical classroom, they were very much happy in an online classroom because they were in that very safe cocoon of themselves, and they gave them that confidence ki, yes, I can speak up this answer. I need not be worried about whether someone will laugh at me or not. Yes, I am confident enough in my home, in my room, in my place, and I can raise my hand and I can give an answer. Maybe a child who's a little shy, I remember some children who used to shut down the camera in the initial sessions, but later on, as they gain that confidence, the cameras used to be turned on, because I think we can develop those skills also in children. And as I told you, it has lots of positive effect. At the same time, we need to make sure as a parent that distraction from studies, it should not happen. When we give any digital tool to a child, as a parent, it's my duty to make sure that it is not getting distracted anywhere. I'm not diverging away from the purpose of getting a screen in my life, like why I have got a tab, or why my laptop is on, or why my parents have given me a wi-fi connection for my studies. So all these things has to be taken care by the parent. Now, yes, as many studies show that reduce the reduction in attention span, because when you're using too much of screen, my attention span goes down. I get that instant gratification thing. I'm not getting this, so I will get this. I'm not understanding from this, so I'll go to some other video. One video is not working for me, I'll go to the third video. So it has certain negative effects also of it, and I will tell you in the strategies how to deal with that also. Social isolation, yes, maybe I am virtually connected to everyone, but yes, physically I may not be that connected to the children, or maybe to my peer group, or maybe to my teachers also. But yes, as I told you, I may shut down my camera, I may sit for some time. I am developing certain skills, but at the same time, certain skills are taking a back seat also. So as a parent, it is my duty to check onto that also. And yes, excessive of screen time, which we have to be very careful about, because when I give a screen to any child, even if I take a screen myself, if I have a screen in my hand, I also don't know how much time it will take off my. I have to really put a full stop somewhere. Now I have to stop it. My half an hour is over, or my 45 minutes is over. Now I can't go beyond it. I took my tab for doing one project. So my one project is that the second project, maybe I will take a break and then I will start with my second project. So excesses of screen timing, so all the negative factors which I have discussing here, I will share certain strategies for you, so that as a parent you can start implementing that. So some tips, like how we can create a very positive learning space when we have children at home, and when we are encouraging a learning which is according to their needs and which is according to their best ability. First, and the most important thing which I tell every parent, whether you are having an online class or whether you are going in for a physical class, your study corner has to be organized. It has to be organized with minimal distractions, a very comfortable seating place, and make sure that that place has all the resources that is associated with whatever learning is happening. For example, if I'm having a max homework, all my materials for that max homework is available there. I have a visual thing in front of me, my targets for the day, my organizer for the day. That means the child is ready for any work in that place. When I enter that place or that space, I know that is my learning space. And I will not do anything other than that in that learning space. Learning space means a learning space. I will not take my foot there too much. I will not do that. I will not take my games to be played there. No, it is an organized place, and every day when I enter or sit on that chair, I know this is the target for the day. I have today maths class, I have a social class, or maybe I have something. I know that I have a plan for the day. And if you see the space which I'm showing you, it's a very lively place where the child feels happy to be in. It's not that key, it's a very boring place. No, it's not like that. Everything is arranged properly. Maybe what the child likes, or what the child feels happy about. I remember when I was doing my online classes, I always used to have some positive quotes there. So that feels me motivated. Okay, I have to do something for the day today. So this is a target for my day today, because for me, getting into an online mode was a very, very difficult thing for me. So I had to motivate myself. Okay, this is what I'm going to do today. So make sure that corner is used only for your studies, and that has to be away from all the distractions. Especially we parents have a habit of moving around that place. Maybe we play a TV when the child is studying. No, it's not to be done. A child is studying, make sure that place is quiet enough for the child to sit and concentrate, focus on what is happening. That's the very first thing that you have to be very clear about. Second thing, when we look onto it, have a routine. Whether you are having an online class, whether you are having whatever the schedule is given in an online class, make very consistent routine for your child. Okay, I may be having my class at 9 o'clock. That does not mean I will not get up as a regular school, maybe at 7 o'clock, 6:30, or 7 o'clock. I have to make sure that I maintain a schedule for sleep, waking up, for my daily routines like my breakfast time, my lunch time, my dinner time. Everything has to be very consistent. And this, I truly believe that we have to do it from a very young age. We need not wait till maybe when the child reaches, okay, grade 3, the child will do it, or grade 4, the child will do it, or let the child reach the grade 5 or grade 8, the child will do it automatically. No, the earlier you set routines for your children, it becomes very easy for them to adapt to the small changes. And the younger you start, the better practice they become. So make sure that you have a regular study habit, and break it down and give breaks in between. Don't make them sit study for long hours. They require to get out of that place. They have to have time for their offline activities also, making sure that your online and your offline activities both are balanced in a appropriate way. Creative play, like if you have small children, if you are children in grade 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, play has to be part of it. As we move ahead, we have to make sure that a physical activity is part of this daily routine. They wake up on time, they have their food on time. If I have my class at 10 o'clock, does not mean that I will wake up at 9 o'clock. No, maybe I can get up early, I can utilize that extra time that I'm having with me, so that my whole day can be balanced. Going out for a physical activity is the utmost thing, especially when I talk of a digital learning. Because when I get into digital learning, I sit for long hours. My fingers, my hands, my neck, my head, my eyes are all getting strained up. So I will make sure that I will get out of those things, and I will take a regular break. I will come back for my studies with a fresh mind. So that is what, as a parent, and start establishing it from a very young age. I'm again reminding you, start at a very young age so that child gets trained for it. Now, when you talk of any engagement, now when your child is having an online class, or when your child is engaged online, make sure that you ask your child, okay, how they are feeling about it, what is the new topics that. So you also have to be engaged in those things. Make sure that, okay, like for my example, my kid has a keyboard class online. So I also make sure that I also sit with him for some time. Or maybe if I am not able to sit for some time, maybe I will make sure that, okay, what you practice today, what is the thing that you enjoyed today, and what is that you didn't like today, so that next time I can make sure that what is that thing that is making him pull away from it. So ask questions, be there. Don't try to hover around all the time, but ask questions in a very positive way, so that they will share with you. Use interactive apps, like you want to encourage learning in your child. or you want to encourage reading in your child. And I will definitely suggest this to parent where you find learning gaps or something, because there are many interactive apps that you can be used. You can keep your child motivated and engaged, like reading apps are there, like read alongs are there, where you can have these skills being developed in a very fun and interactive way. You are getting into something and you have so much of fun that happens there, and you have an interactive session that happens. So as a parent, you also are very well aware about, okay, these are the apps that I can use, and these are the things that I can also help my child in creating a positive environment at home. So instead of just sitting with a pen and paper all the time, we can also research a little bit. We can find out what are the things that can be useful for us, helpful for us, to make and support my child in the learning. I will specially suggest this thing for any parent who is there. If you observe any type of learning gaps in your children, please make sure that you are able to identify it and you are able to work onto it using some of the strategies that are available, maybe through some apps like I told you, read along and all, maybe writing supports that can be given to you. And even if this child is at home, encourage that curiosity, encourage hands-on activity. Like if a child has learned something in an online class, maybe a subject of plants are being done, so make sure that when you are going out, when you are going to in your balcony, you have some plants in your balcony, make sure that you show what they have learned, what, or they can tell you what they have learned. Let them have that small hands-on activities, maybe in the house also. That will create new curiosity in them. They will start thinking, well, nowadays kids are very smart, and this type of diverse learning or maybe differentiated instructions can really work wonders with all type of learners. It's not just about the traditional learners who are there. A child who has diverse learning needs, maybe I don't know how many of your parents must be aware about it. We have different types of learner. Like some are very visual learners. They really love if you have charts around all of them. They will love to look onto it and they will learn spellings like anything. They will learn tables like anything. Like if you have a science project that is happening, if you stick up a poster of that photosynthesis somewhere, looking onto that picture only, they will understand ki, yes, this is what was done by ma'am in the class today. And when you take your child to a garden, or maybe you will show a plant that is there in your garden, okay, this is what exactly was ma'am trying to understand, or what ma'am was trying to explain me in the class. So maybe even the lecture methods are very boring for your child. So this type of small activities at home keep the child involved at home. And as a parent, as I told you, be involved with the child's learning. You should very well be clearly knowing ki what is happening in the class, which topics are being taken up in the class, and how that topics can be supported at home also. Now for example, you know that there's an English topic that is coming up tomorrow, or maybe for the next week planning, there's an English topic that is going to come up. And now you know that your child is having certain learning gaps, or maybe certain struggles with spellings, or maybe for reading. So you can make him give practice at home in a very gradual way, or maybe using some apps. So the child is confident enough to enter the class and try to give an answer in the class. So as a parent, it is very important when I talk of supporting the child, the parent should also be very well aware about how I can be engaged with the child. What are the strategies which I can do to get engaged with my child? Now when you are doing all this, like when you're asking questions, when you are very much involved in the child's learning and teaching process, you know what is happening in the classroom. You yourself are very good with your interactive apps and all. You know how I can foster learning in my child. I know how to support curiosity in my child, because I also encourage certain activities. When I say, now when I say have some hands-on activity, now many parents, they come back and tell to me, ma'am, I have bought this puzzles and I have given it to the child and he's doing it very nicely. And I tell my parents, not about the child doing it. It's about whether you are, as a parent, are you also being getting involved in that? Are you sitting with your child and getting involved in what is the child doing? Doing a puzzle is not a very big deal if you check onto it. But as a when I sit with a child to play, I will know what exactly the child is doing, how he is able to do a problem solving, how he is able to solve the problem that is coming, and what exactly the child is feeling when he is not able to get onto something. So when all these things are clubbed together, I will also see some sort of emotional support at home. I am nurturing an environment where I am with the child all the time. I'm praising my child's effort. So it's a very normal thing. We all make mistakes, no matter. Even if you are not able to do an answer, I'm not able to give an answer to my teacher today. No problem. I will praise. Okay, next time you will try. Or I know why my child was not able to give an answer. So I will prepare my child the next day in such a way that yes, I know this is what is going to happen in the classroom. Now I will just make him practice a little bit, and I'm ready for the next class, and my child is also ready for the next class. So my child feels emotionally support. Yes, my mama is there, my father is there. I have an environment at home where I can go back to. And we all make mistakes. It's not that we don't make mistakes. And I always tell parents, give them chances, let them make mistakes. Let them make one or two mistakes, no problem. Just guide them from, just do scaffolding. That's it. Just be present there. Just be present there and be ready for your child, even if he falls down. You should be ready to hold on to the child when the child is about to fall or something, because you are there. And praising is reinforcers are the best thing to make any child bloom like anything. It's like nurturing your plant with lots of water, good sunlight, and nutrients and everything. The same thing works with a child when we talk of any reinforcement. Whenever you see a child putting in a good effort for anything, praise the child, good effort, and very clearly you have to praise. Very clearly you will praise, "Ki, this is what, oh, you did a great job today. You tried answering this question today. Very good. You kept your camera on today. Good job today." So rather than just saying a good job, say praise child's effort. What exactly you are praising? Maybe you did your homework on time today. So good job. Your homework was done on time. Not just good job, very specifically telling them, "Okay, this is what the good job that you have done today." So make sure that, because the child is not going out, so the child is not maybe interacting with others so much. So maybe at home as a parent, I can definitely be an emotional support. And again, I would say that the younger you start with small children, it becomes very easy for you to connect with children as they will enter their adolescence. Because many a time when parents come back to us and say, "Ki, ma'am, now my child has entered grade 4, grade 5, grade 6, and now they are not in a very good term in talking with us. They will not share anything with us. They will not let us know what is happening in the classroom. We don't know the door is closed and the class is happening." But yes, all the small habits you have to come up when the children are very small, they are very young, they are. So when you will foster these habits at a very young age, as they will grow old, they know, okay, this is my safest place where I can go. I can go to my mom and I can say what happened in the classroom today. So emotional support, the child will feel happy also. They will feel very happy. Okay, even if I was very sad in the class today, if someone bullied me online, if someone said some mean words to me, yes, I have my mom and dad where I can go back and I can tell them. So it builds a safe place for exploration and for their growth also. They know, okay, someone is there for me. Now, it's one of the most important thing when we talk of any screen time or an offline activities, how to balance it. And this is the most important thing that as a parent, I need to be very alert about, because I can't take out digital things from my space. I can't tell my child to only go with the traditional way of learning. It is practically not possible nowadays. I can't say them, okay, you. I remember when we were given projects and all. I used to still remember we used to flip through the newspapers, magazines. We used to cut all the magazines. We used to go for all the libraries which was available. Now I can't do the same thing with my kids. There are many other limitations now. But yes, I have a laptop at my home. I have free things that is available for me, and I can't tell my child to stop all this and get into a book and try to do that. No, because that is not the age. It's the age of intelligence. I need to tell my child how you can balance your online activities and your offline activities. And one of the most important strategy for this is, as a parent, you have to role model it. You have to role model this screen time. When we say we have excess of screen time, you need to check whether the child is having excess of screen time or whether the parent is having excess of screen time. Now, very recently, a parent came up to me because I told the parent to spend some time with the child, because the child was not doing something. So I told, okay, you, ma'am, you do one thing. You spend some time with the children, with both the children. And I told, ma'am, you just spend half an hour with the child. So after 1 or 2 months, the parent came back to me, and then the parent told me, no, ma'am, I'm spending every day half an hour. I'm spending with my children nowadays. So I asked the mother, ki, ma'am, can you tell me how you are spending half an hour with your children? No, ma'am, when they're sitting and coloring, I am using my laptop and doing my meeting. So मैं like, excuse me, ma'am. तो मैं कि, no, ma'am, I'm doing my work. No, they are doing the coloring. I'm sitting with my kids. So we can, that is not what I told you. So that is the way we take it. No, that is not that we have to do. When we are sitting with the children, we have to be involved with the children. So because when we are involved with the children, we get to know lot of thing about them. Like we do lots of play therapy with small children. While playing only, we will get to know what is happening, what emotions they are carrying, what learning is happening around them, whether they are able to understand what is happening in the classroom. So make sure that you have lots of fun and healthy mix of activities, and you should have a screen free zones. Now my child is having a place where I'm sitting and doing my classes every day. At the same time, I should have a screen free zone also, where maybe he can go back, sit for some time, read some books, do some coloring. Maybe he can do some puzzles. Maybe he can do a rubrics or something. Or maybe I can do something which will involve my hands, my eye, and my brain is being active. So I have zones like this in my home also. And model, as I told you, model healthy habits. Now when you say no to screen time, when you have a screen free zones, model them, tell them, okay, I will also take a book and I will also sit and read with you. I will also be spending some time with you in coloring. Give me your colors, we'll both start coloring together. Or very okay, you also start doing some writing, I will also do some writing, and we are both doing it. So when I'm doing it, I'm doing a role modeling for my child. My child knows it. Yes, this is what my mama is doing, and I should also be doing like this. And this really helps a lot when I have children who are in their very young age, because young age are very easy to be molded. It's very easy to be molded. So, okay, I did my half an hour of class. My half an hour of class is over. I will get up from my place. I will take a small walk. I will sip some water. I will just see what is happening around my home, and I will just come back to my place. Hardly 5 to 6. I always tell my students, when you sit for 45 minutes of a study, take a break of 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And in that 10 minutes, just go sip some water, just look around what mama is doing, and just come around, come back. So you have to model these habits. Now we have many parents who are working online. Now this children will come back and tell me, but Papa also sits for long hours, no? So it's fine. So that is the job, and they're a little older person. So I tell them, you go back home and tell your Papa to also take a break after 1 hour. So they can also. So as a parent, you have to model healthy habits for them. Use a reward system, and it really helps. It really helps when a child is doing something good. He finished his task on time. He was participant in the classroom today. Use a reward system. Reward. Appreciate. Find the children doing something good more than them doing something wrong. We are very easy to catch children doing when they do something wrong, and we are on top of our voices when they do something wrong. At the same time, when they do something good or when they are doing something great, we don't acknowledge it so much. So as a parent is very important, because we all want reward. If I am doing a workshop today, maybe I will also want someone to tell me, okay, it was a very nice day. So we all look forward. My mind will look onto that. And please, parents, have control over your screen time. And you should be very well aware about what your kids are watching, how much time is being spent on the screen. Like if I've given a tab, like when we look into adolescent stage and all, they usually sit with the door closed. They will not open. Like small kids, we can still hover around and see what is happening, but still, things are not. Once the children reach the grade 5 6, now since the adolescent stage is also coming down gradually, now a grade 4 5 children will also prefer closing the door and sitting in the room and doing this stuff, something or something. Yes, we can't question them all the time, but make sure that as a parent you are very well aware about what is happening and how much they are watching, what they are watching. So that is why build a connect with them before making corrections for them. It's very easy to make correction, but it won't happen until and unless you have a connection with your children. So you should have build up that connection when they are very young. When they are very young, start building up those connections so that they can come back to you, because they know you are a place of emotional safety for them. No matter whatever storms I'm going through, I will make sure that my parents are there always for me. So even if I do something wrong, even if I go somewhere wrong, even if I'm not able to score something, I'm not able to understand something, my parents are there for me. So as a parent, make sure that what things are, they limit the screen times. Use alarms or something like that where you are making them tell. Like for my home, like what I usually do is, like I usually tell parents also, use an alarm system. It's very easy thing. Like when you give half an hour of a screen time, you should must have a physical alarm somewhere ringing to tell that, okay, now that half an hour of screen time is over for you. Or when you are using a meal time, or when it's your meal time, the breakfast time, your lunch time, when you are having a meal together, maybe one meal throughout the day you are having it together, make sure that all the phones or all the tabs are kept apart. So all this, you are modeling a healthy habit for your children. Now one very important thing where I will embrace learning together and be a part of the daily learnings. Like if you look at this picture, I've kept the phone down for some time and I have a book in my hand. You can also do this. You can take up a book and you can start reading a book. So you invite your child also, okay, today we will do this. Today I'm going to learn this. You take your level book, I will take my level book, and add on to it. Maybe not only reading, there can be many activities that can be done together. It could be something like gardening. I have seen many parents, they do gardening together. So these are all a stress buster for the child and for the parent also. And make it a part of your daily day-to-day activities, at least 5 10 minutes, just watering the plants somewhere. And since the child is at home, making him responsible for small things. Give him chores accordingly, according to his age. Even a small child, maybe a child who's in grade 1 and 2, he can also do small chores. There's no harm in doing it. Like at least I can keep the water bottle in one place. I know where to keep the empty water bottles. I know where to keep the filled up water bottles. The small chores can also be done together. And this makes the child responsible also. This makes the child feel wanted. Ki, yes, my parents are giving me some responsibility. So parenting also becomes a little easy, because these are all the ways where you will connect with your child. You are trying to connect by doing it together. When you play together, as I told, when you're playing together, even a game of carom, or maybe you're playing chess, or maybe you're just playing a bat or a ball, you're just going for a walk after the dinner, all this creates a connect for your child and you, and which helps in creating a space together, a very safe space for any child at home. Though encourage it, you also model it. Maybe you can pick up a new hobby. Maybe you have a hobby of yours which you were, like you were very good at something when you were in school. You can Re-embrace all those things. Maybe you are very good with knitting something, or maybe you are very good with cooking. Involve your kids in that. They will also learn along with you. And never think your kids can't do it. Kids can do everything. So a 3 to 4 year old child will also understand things if you gave him that environment. So it's your duty as a parent to give those environments to the kid who is at home with you. Now, when we talk of any digital space, I have to make sure that my digital space is safe for my kids. And this is the duty now, right now, it's the prime duty of each and every parent. Teach child how to behave respectfully and safely online. That means if I am doing some engagement online, if I'm doing a post, if I'm writing something, make sure that how to teach how to be respectful for someone, how I can be safe online. And utilize, as I told you earlier also, please utilize your parental controls. Ensure that the websites that is accessible for them are child friendly. Look into the age appropriateness of the content that is available on the systems that are given to the children. Have a time lock. Okay, okay, only this much time only you can be online. And discourage the children from using too much of social media. Like if you are very young children, make sure that you are not giving social media access and all in a very young age. And as I told you, as a parent, you have to be very alert about what you are doing online. Try not to have too much of online gaming or something. If we like, as a parent, if you are into it, don't do it in the front of children. Don't try to indulge in such activities at home, because once you get into anything online, it is very difficult to come out. A child is not that mature to understand what is right and what is wrong. So whatever comes to them, whatever is pleasing for them, what is good for them, and all these digital spaces are very attractive. It's very easy to get addicted to it. So the best thing is, as someone told, prevention is always better than cure. Prevent it. Don't give them so much of access. Even if you're giving them access, limit the content of it. Don't watch them reels. For I have children who come to me, ki, ma'am, so much time is wasted today. So I ask them, what did you do today? Nothing, ma'am. I just got the phone for some time and my whole time got wasted out. So by that time they realize ki, okay, I'm wasting my time. Sometimes it becomes very late. So I ask them, who gave you the phone? Oh, just mama kept it there so that I was alone at home. So mama kept it for my safety. So unknowingly, I as a parent also are responsible for having such type of a behavior. So it is very important to be a little mindful and alert as a parent ki how much screen time I am exposing my child to. Once in a while fine, but not always. So be a little careful about giving a screen time to the child. Now, your role as a parent in supporting your child's learning journey. First, most important thing, you have to give a learning space, a designated place for your learning to happen. And you have to make sure that the screen time is always balanced. Make sure that online activities and offline activities both are balanced together. Actively get involved with your child, whether it's your learning that is happening or the emotional growth that is happening with the child. It has to be done in a very positive way. Now I always tell parents, see, now parenting is not something that's a very instant thing. You have to try many things during the day. One day one thing may work, the other day the other thing may not work. One thing may work with one of your child, the same thing will not work with the second child. So you have to make sure like what exactly is the need of my child. And before entering into anything with your child, without like you want to start off any new thing with your child, like you want to start a behavior chart for your child, you want to give a new goal to your child, make sure that you are very clear with what you want to achieve at the end of the day. For example, if your child has an anger management issue, or my child has too much of screen addiction, make sure what is the prime goal that you are going to do. Okay, today my child is watching 1 hour of screen. So my target is to cut it down to 45 minutes in one day, because I can't say in one day I will just change 1 hour of screen time. It will never happen. So keep your goal very targeted. Yeah, I know 1 hour I have to come down to maybe 50 minutes first. Then I'll come to 40 minutes first. So when I'm keeping a target for my child, I will also make sure that I have activities with me to be done in that 10 to 15 minutes which I'm getting out from that screen time. Am I ready to go for a walk? Am I ready to go and get involved with my child? Am I planned enough? I planned my activities well for the day? So as a parent, you have to be ready first. If you are not ready for this journey, the journey becomes very haphazard. It like I was reading somewhere, when you are traveling by a flight and whenever there's a turbulence happening, it's always said you have to make sure that you place your oxygen mask nicely first, then only you can give oxygen mask to others. The same thing happens in parenting. You have to make sure that you are ready as a parent to take on to that role of keeping a balance between my screen time and between my normal activities. As I told you, I can't take out any child from the screen. It is not practically possible in this time. It is not possible. But yes, giving them a safe learning space, creating a balance between them, and being a role model. If you are an IT employee, you can't get out of your screen, you can't get out of your meetings and all. But make sure that whenever you get time, you spend more time with your children. You spend some you have some emotional connect with your children. Don't show your children that you are also into a digital device for a very long time. If this is my job, I'm doing it, but when I get a pause, I will engage myself with an activities which is good for my physical and my emotional growth. So that way we are role modeling it. So these are the three things that you have to be very clear about when we talk of any learning balance or any learning space with any child. First, every day you should have a very nice proper sitting place with proper lighting, all the things to be arranged. Second is making sure that physical activities are also part apart from your online learning. Parents needs to be ready with whatever things they are going to plan for their child. Like today, if you want to practice reading with your child, make sure that you are also ready with the book. I will do level 1 reading today. Okay, today, yesterday my child was able to do level 1 reading, so I will go to the level 2 reading today. Okay, so that means you are very well planned in your mind. Okay, this is what, oh, today my child got a physics homework today, so I will help my child with the physics homework today. Or maybe tomorrow I got a bio homework, my child will get a bio homework, or my child has a bio class tomorrow, and there are some topics which needs to be brushed up a little bit. So I will be actively involved in making and supporting my child. So this is what the entire thing I wanted to just share with you. I will just stop the screen share so that we can just look onto the question. We can take on the questions also. I will just stop sharing.
We'll take up the questions. Please, everyone, drop your questions in the chat box, or else you can unmute yourself and ask questions to ma'am. It was really an interesting and mindful session. Ma'am, as your session, I was just going myself, like I was just deeply drawn inside your session. I remember, like, we are an online school, and we have same implemented the same child psychology parameters for our complete developing our LMS. We have a student friendly LMS and a safe security features into it, where the child becomes very safe and the child able to adapt the difference between the traditions and online schooling. We have also designed in a manner where the child gets breaks after each and every class. And again, it's an interactive and
Yes, very
activity
true.
learning classes. So even we have been trained,
Yes.
the complete LMS is trained in such a manner that child is not being able to sit. We are not making the child sit more than 40 minutes. So it is
Yes, very
the
true.
period has been divided in such a manner the child is learning with joyful moment.
That is very important. See, that is what I told you about. Online learning is very good for every type of learner. Like a child who is not sitting in the classroom, like I have mentioned, who is not able to sit in the classroom for more than half an hour. Now, what will that child do in that physical atmosphere? Nothing he is doing. है ना? Because I'm asking the parent to pick up the child after half an hour or maybe after 1 hour of schooling. So he's missing certain parts of it. That will not happen when I have an online learning.
Yes,
So because I know your session is for 40 minutes, 40 minutes is done. I will get a break. Maybe I will just roam around, I will play with my toys and I will come back for my one more class. So it's very important. That's why you need to understand your child's learning before we opt for anything. And I think with this online learning and all, many children will get that support, which can't be given maybe in a normal classroom setting. A normal classroom setting is very challenging. It's not that easy. It's very challenging. So this way, I think we have one question here. If my child has glasses, still digital learning helps. One thing, if a child has glasses or any eye issues are there, make sure that you're sitting at a very safe distance. And as I tell my child also, don't look onto the screen for a very long time. Don't stare onto the screen for a very long time. Give that 20-20 rule. If I'm 20 minutes also, if I'm looking, look on to 20 minutes and come out after 20 minutes. Don't be there for a very long time. Don't, because even I can hear my classes. I need not stare into the thing all the time. I can just listen to also what is happening. Even if I put my video on a pause, I can make sure that I am listening to what is happening in the classroom. So it's fine. So don't look onto the classes and don't look onto the screen for a very long time. Give a short break. Give a
it's
short
always
break.
it is always a pause button available for you all. Like whenever you want in online, that is the best part. You always get a recorded session. Anytime when you are
Yes.
taking a pause, you can go back to that recorded session,
Ah,
go back, learn, and then come back again.
then come back.
There are anti-glare kind of glasses available where you can use for online work. Like most of the
Online
people who are doing online
sessions
work,
and all.
they use such kind of glasses. So it is really helpful for the children. Even today, doctor says that digital, you should not be much digital to, or should not be more screen time should not be there. But
Mm.
now the evolution is so much. The scientists have brought such kind of glasses where the screen time also does not affect their eyes.
That's not okay. The blue light will not come directly to your. So that's a good thing. So
New
we have,
era of learning. So
yeah,
I
new era of learning, new era of learning, and we have to adapt to that. As a parent, I should be very well adapted to this type of learning also, because we don't know the situations right now. We don't know whether a regular school will also go to online school. We don't know. So we have to be very much aware about the things. See, every coin will have two faces. If we have some positive thing, we will have some negative things also. But we should learn how to balance it. So that is one thing that I would like
And
to say.
whenever like we are doing counseling with the parent, parents always ask us, is it okay if my child goes online? Like everyone is going offline. Will it won't be different like my child is going. I only say them one thing. Your child is adapting for the new era.
New era.
Your child is not putting yourself back to the traditional school. What everyone is doing. Your child is doing something different and he's learning something different. So that gives that child more motive to learn.
Yes, very true, very true. I told you because when I was a teacher a very long time, very recently during COVID time, the child who was not interacting in the classroom used to raise his hand in an online session. So that means some skill is being built. Maybe
Yes,
I'm not that extrovert to shout out in front of anyone, but maybe gradually I can learn that skill of interacting in an online class because I'm in the comfort of my home. I'm like right now I'm sitting in my room. I'm very comfortable here. So
and
it
they get
gives me that.
free even they are not able to, some people are not able to ask questions in 40 children's class, but
Yes.
when they are online they get freedom to chat. They like chat.
They like
They have been
acting.
used now how to
Ah,
chat. They learn so
very
many things, like the literacy has been increased when they use chat. The way of pronunciation has been increased, the communication skills are been
communication.
increased.
All
So
those
many things
things.
that helps the child to grow. So it is,
Yes,
you don't have to take an extra class to learn a communication. The online class, online school will only help you out to learn so many skills, the adaptability skills, to be flexible, to learn with, connect with the people globally, because that is what is coming up era. You will not
yes,
be
that
in
is
your
what.
own town,
Mm,
you will be connecting with people. And
mm.
this childhood, if you are learning to connect with the people, automatically you will grow with multi dimensions, with multi regional
Very,
kind of people.
Very true, very true. That is what. And parents can be more involved in an online classes, I think.
Yes,
As apart from training, what I have learned is when you're in an online class as a parent, I am more well aware about what is happening in that class.
yes. This is the plus point
I've
into
noticed.
online school. This is plus point.
There are
Because
because as
they
a
are not
parent,
allowed
I
inside the
know
gate of the school itself. Here they are sitting with the child and they
very true.
understand whether
Sitting with
my
the
child
child,
is
very
able
true.
to
And
understand that or not, what concept is
hmm,
facing a problem, and whether the teacher is lenient with my child or not, is the teacher
hmm,
understanding the child or not, is my teacher shouting or too strict to my child. So everything
yes,
is so transparent and becomes, in fact, the teachers who are the online teachers, it becomes very challenging for them sometimes when the parent is learning with the child.
hmm,
So
yes,
that
very
time
true.
it becomes very difficult. The teachers now they are also adapted the
They are
way
also
to teach
adapting.
online. So it is
Hmm.
really a new era of learning for
It's a
everyone.
new era, but definitely, and I think this will grow only because because see, in a normal classroom setting, when we have, as you told, when you have 40 sitting in the classroom, a teacher may not be able to give individual attention to each and every one of them.
Yes.
Someone who is gifted, someone is always above average, they will definitely take the chances in the classroom. But that also gets a more wider scope in an online setting. So all those things are
There is
there.
one more question, ma'am. There will be on co-curricular activities. I would really tell you the time when COVID was there, people were sitting at home. At that time, yoga was firstly introduced online, and people were thinking where it is possible to do yoga online. And our Narendra Modi, the Indian Prime Minister, he did a vast scale of yoga
Yoga.
campaigning at that time, and that every people in the world were doing yoga online together. So why not an co-curricular activity possible online? We can do drawing online. We can do you know, music, dance,
Music,
yoga,
everything,
learning
everything,
guitar. Every kind of activity can be
every
done online.
kind, yeah, everything can be learned. There's nothing nowadays,
There is
everything
no
can be done.
barriers at all.
There is no barrier. I still remember like when online classes were there, my daughter was in grade 3 or 4 at that time. She used to learn badminton.
Oh, that is
Because
possible.
because we just had to keep that laptop at a distance and that free space had to be there. That was the only condition. So
Yes,
and just the badminton, they were playing with something or the other, they were playing, they were balancing with it. So if we have that urge to learn, I think we can learn anywhere. We can. It's not a very big thing. Only thing we
we
have to
did.
find that way out.
Yes, we did an entire drama online. It was such a big hit when we did it. It is only thing, we need to change our vision, the way we look
Yes.
towards it. When
Yes.
we
Yes.
adapt ourselves that this is a new era and we should adapt ourselves automatically. The years behind, when we go 10 to 15 years before, there was no WhatsApp, and now we can't survive without WhatsApp.
Very true.
So
Very true.
things will change, and we have to be adaptable and flexible towards it.
And that is what we have to learn. The 21st century skill says the same thing. You have to be adaptable. You have to make sure that you're ready to face the world ahead because we don't know what the changes are going to. Even a job market is not going to the same traditional thing where like when we started teaching, we never thought of conducting sessions like this online. It was even we never thought of it. Like when we come, we just had that board, then that switched on to the whiteboard with a marker, then that switched on to the smart boards. Now the smart boards have entered now laptops.
And we never know na in coming era like AI just introduced, we never know coming up next 3 4 years what will be the new skill which we have to learn. As
Very
we as an adults are also learning new, why can't our children start learning from their childhood? They should also be exposed to this global change which has been happening, and online school is the best example for it.
Definitely, definitely that's it. Uh,
So I'm really grateful to you, ma'am. I don't feel so. There are much questions and there are good appreciation notes for you. So behalf of entire Amor family, I wish you thank you very much and all the best for your future. And it was really very good learning and listening to you. Thanks a very lot, and thank you for coming to this online school platform and joining into our community. Thank you.
no, no. Even I have learned about it. No, I'm also spreading word about it. There is something like this also happening. So it was
And I'll tell you one thing, like our management has brought a scholarship kind of program. We have been working such kind of countries where with the internet, there is no school over there, or the schools are very far away. But we are reached to such kind of people with the help of mobile. They just have an internet. With the help of mobile, we have reached to such kind of children where education is now handed to them. So it is really hand on for them. They are getting certificates of their learning, and with that certificates they are getting jobs. We have got English practice training, French practice training with us. Like because of that, like the remote spaces also we are touching. So very good initiative our management has brought.
All the best, ma'am, for that.
Thanks a lot, ma'am. Thank you
Thank
for this session for everyone who has been joined. Thanks a lot. We'll meet next Saturday with a new webinar. Thanks a lot, everyone.
thank
Bye bye. Take care. Thank
Bye.
you.
Take care. Bye.